Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to go over a classroom game. And first off, we're going to start out with some things that you shouldn't do in a classroom. First off, I would not just go up and ask out a random. Pure example of this would be something a couple of my friends have done. I don't understand why they do it, but they choose to do so anyways. You grab a little sugar packet used for coffee, drop it on the floor next to you, or next to your target, I guess. Lean over and go, oh, I think you dropped this. It has your name on it, inferring that their name is sugar. Absolutely terrible thing of mine, don't ever use it. I don't know why anyone does. Another example of asking out a rando would be just sitting in class, not creating like a conversation at all. Like you sit next to the target during class, not creating a conversation at all, and then you go up to her after class and say, hey, do you want to go out sometime? There's a lot of things wrong with that. We'll work on some things you can do to change that in your game, and we'll get into how you want to game in class. You also don't want to be the class clown. You can be funny and copy and fight and stuff like that in your class, but over a period of time, they actually get irritating and annoying, so people become less and less interested in being around them. That kind of makes sense? You also don't want to just like sit next to your target during the day or during class, and then just like say, hey, we should hang out sometime, but not creating any rapport whatsoever throughout the class. So the one thing to remember is, which we'll get to in a second, is you don't want to be actually sarging in class. What you want to do in class is befriend the people, and then sarge their friends. That way you'll be given the okay or the go-ahead by them when you're introduced to their friends. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people who are attractive hang out with other attractive people like themselves, so by hanging out with an attractive girl in class, her friends will also be attractive. The thing to remember is also in class you want to make sure you create a connection with the girl, like build rapport, but there's a balance between studying and like making conversation to try to find the happy medium. There's also huge benefits of like gaining non-romantic girlfriends around you. It just increases your social value through the roof whenever you're out with them. Say that you're out with your friends at the union, just hanging out, and you see a couple girls from class like, oh, there he is, hey Ryan, how are you? Great, you know? It just swarm you. You just feel great about yourself. All your friends are like, wow, cool man, I want to be like this guy. He has all these girls around him all the time. Or you take them out to the bars with you, or the nightclubs, or wherever you go at night to parties, and your social group just through the roof, as I was saying before. I've actually used this a couple times in which I take girls with me to parties and just tell them I shouldn't even pay for a cup because I run the party, I brought a bunch of girls. More often than not, it works out because they have that thought like, oh, if I make him pay for a cup, I make him mad. He's going to want to leave the party and then take all those girls with him, which is terrible for the party overall. Okay, so what you want to do in class when you first walk in is walk in with, perfect posture, which we got into in another video. You don't necessarily have to sit next to your target when you come into the room. I mean, you're not going to like sort of scan around the room, looking around, and then like spot your target and then go sit next to her. So when you sit down with your friends or whatever, you just be observant, and if you make eye contact with the girl, great. But don't look away right away. Try to hold it. Let her be the one to look away. Eye contact is a great way to create an initial connection with a girl, or with anyone in general, but for this matter, we're going to talk about girls only. So then so throughout class, you can look over there again, if you make eye contact again, and she looks away, but this time, before she looks away, smile a little bit, just don't make some like super creepy smile, whatever, something really weird, be fucking stupid. So just like make a little smile and then just approach after class. Say something like, hey, how do you like this class so far? Or I feel like I've seen you around campus a lot, I never caught your name. Just any sort of conversation after class will work out great. So then if you are gonna try to elevate, you're gonna want to sit next to the target at some point. So when you sit next to her, there's a couple things you can go over, which we're going to do. One of which is starting a conversation. Don't just sit down and say hi and then move on to the newspaper and start reading it. say something to her. Like I was saying before, hey, how about this class? What do you think about the professor? If there was a sporting event last night, ask her if she went to it, heard about it, anything of that nature. And then you need to also remember that when you're sitting next to the target, you have to find the happy median of being funny and like paying attention in class. Usually, at max, I usually try to say 2 to 3 funny things throughout the course of the hour or so, because that way I won't get carried away with not paying attention. Remember, you're paying to go to school, so you're going to want to get good grades. So some things to remember is so once you start a conversation, you immediately want to transition into something like some sort of topic or whatever. Totally different from what you initially said. It doesn't really matter what you want. You can say hi, whatever. My name is 004. Hey, how's it going? And then just talk about something as I was kind of saying before. So when you are in conversation, whatever, you want to be decisive and in control of it, determining where it's going, be the one leading, changing subjects, directing, that kind of stuff, making sure you know what's going on, because really, as we talked about before, dominance, and you show your dominance, I should say. So make sure you show it all the time. Don't be the one asking a lot of questions either. Don't turn this into 60 minutes. Say something about yourself, but also include her. Try to find some common ground between you two, in which you can set up a date afterwards in the future. A couple games you want to play. You just grab this paper, whatever, and just draw that on a paper, and then on top of it, where it gets coffee. Or loser buys coffee or something like that, something fun. Or you do a game of Angry Man. One of my favorites is the 5-letter word. I usually go with puppy. Girls just die when they lose that word. Usually they're going to miss the P, which is, right there. Plus girls love puppies, so I think they're cute, shit like that, You just gotta, trigger her emotions, stuff like that, talk to her emotions, get her rolling, build some great rapport with her through a class. So if she becomes a good friend, then she'll just want to hang out. She'll be calling you, come hang out with me. We're going to this great party tonight, whatever. Then you're in, you're set, you're perfect. So the thing with starting in class, you probably think, well, how does this any different starting in class? Well, the thing with classes, you have to be on every day. You have to be getting that attraction, that trigger. Otherwise, if you don't trigger that attraction, that fun, you're just going to be put into the let's just be friends zone anyways. So there, just wanting to be friends in the first place, that'd be great too. And that way, she won't think you're trying to cross the line, it won't get awkward. If you ask her out, it goes bad. If you just want to be friends, you make that clear in the beginning. I wouldn't just say to a girl, if I first sit down, hey, let's be friends, that'd be fucking stupid. But just tell her that, or if you're dating someone, or you're seeing someone, ask her, how she feels about some situation with you and your girlfriend, or this girl you're seeing. Let her know that you're not romantically or sexually interested in her, because that way she'll just want to hang out with you as friends and think you're a cool guy, introduce you to her friends, and then that's where you start. You have your social proof behind her in motherhood, as we